I know this session is going to be it's been postponed for a couple of times, but I think today we'd love to cover everything that what I've been learning on this generative AI for Trailblazers, which is unlock the future of AI. And we'd love to welcome everyone. So, welcome to Generative AI for Trailblazers, which is unlock the future of AI. Would love to introduce myself. Uh, Myself, Phaneendra, and I'm a Salesforce MVP and a two-time Salesforce marketing champion. I'm a founder and CTO of Valley Hub. Apart from what we do on a regular day-to-day job, managing a couple of community groups in Singapore, which is Trailblazer Community Group Marketers in Singapore, Architects, and Slack Community Group in Singapore. So I manages all the three groups. And I'm an enterprise crash cloud solutions architect. I've been working with multiple clouds across my career. I've been working with this ecosystem for the last 10 years. Been working in Salesforce, AWS, and other enterprise systems throughout my career, like a full stack developer. So today I would love to talk about a couple of things, and I'm sure that for you, Salesforce is uh, Salesforce is one of the ecosystem for bringing a lot of opportunities, a lot of features, lot of technological standpoint, right? So with this, we would love to talk about Salesforce Einstein. AI is a new topic for everyone, but it's not a new for every trailblazer because you have heard about the AI for the last couple of years. Because every trailblazer, we would love to understand what exactly this Einstein does for each and every CRM system. And I'm sure so you've been working with this platform for last couple of years, and you already know it, like so how many number of predictions that have been generating for every week. There's been more than 1 trillion plus predictions in a week for Salesforce. So it's a first AI for CRM, and it's everyone's data scientist, and it's low code pro code platform, and it's available in every cloud. uh, but he always believes that so AI is not a new topic for Trailblazers, because the Salesforce platform has AI natively built in for the last couple of years. And then when Salesforce launches Einstein in 2016, so it brought a data scientist to every organization to harness the predictive insights and recommendations to work smarter and faster as well. So today Einstein runs 1 trillion predictions a week. That's a massive amount of AI driven insights for the companies. So if you heard about at Trailblazer DX or Salesforce Dreamforce 2023, so Salesforce announced Einstein GPT, which brings the incredible power of generative AI to the Salesforce platform. So this innovation works with the full power of Salesforce platform from your trusted customer data, and this Einstein GPT helps you generate trusted content from CRM data and improve energy expectations that improves every expectation across customer 360. It's not only for your customers and your employees as well. You could do emails, messages, articles, landing pages, even flows. Einstein is here to help and assist you in every role that what your admin has been playing for. So this is the summary of AI, and there is so much innovation coming soon on the roadmap, which you could see it like Einstein. If you look at now, Einstein Sales GPT, Einstein Service GPT, and Einstein One Commerce GPT. So they've been remodeled everything into Einstein One platform. So you could see a lot of systems, a lot of applications has already built an Einstein One platform, which brings out a lot of GPT solutions on top of generative AI. So today we will cover generative AI fundamentals. We will start with what is generative AI and why it is so important, right? So let's start with defining generative AI. So the generative AI is a powerful technology that is taking the world by storm. Generative AI is a family of deep learning algorithms that can automatically create new content such as text, imagery, code, voice, and even video as well. So in order to generate this content, generative AI's algorithm learn patterns and features from massive amounts of training data. So that brings up pretty huge data has been trained already with a lot of large language models that brings a lot of sophisticated output generation like text, imagery, code, voice, and even videos as well. You may have heard the terms machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI before, but did you know deep learning is a type of machine learning and generative AI is type of deep learning? While these terms are sometimes used interchangeably, but they are distinct types of AIs. Machine learning leverages data to generate the predictions. The more data we feed into a machine learning system, the better it can predict because it gives the best results. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses complex algorithms, which is known as your neural networks, and always to learn and perform tasks without explicitly program step-by-step instructions. The generative AI fits where it under the deep learning concepts. So, been interacting with these concepts in our daily life and like autocomplete in search engine or on your mobile devices, but generative AI takes deep learning a step further. That's a massive, right? If you look at the traditional deep learning methods, any questions, Rimsha?
No.
All right, thank you. If we look at the traditional deep learning methods that uses the smaller neural networks to solve the AI problems, such as masking predictions or recognize patterns, but the generative AI built upon large language models, aka foundation models, we're calling as the foundation models. These are essential for very large neural networks, and these neural networks include billions of parameters, which include the tiny particles, interconnected decision-making elements, because all these are collectively gave rise to the capabilities representing a huge increase over traditional methods. That's a massive for generative AI because while generative AI has been thrust into the spotlight thanks to the release of popular product like ChatGPT, because many of the roots or interactions and generative AI conversational AI has been, it's been a whole hallmarks of our digital lives for quite some time. For instance, consider how a search engine knows how to complete searches for you. So this is one of the, it took a lot of time to generate the lot of models based on your search engine parameters, and it build you a lot of billions of parameters. It's been conducting with the billions of parameters and then build you a lot of such results. So that's what the traditional deep learning versus large language models. So the biggest question, so why generative AI having its inflection point now? Because whenever we never talked about for the last couple of years, we always talk about AI. That's it, but we never talk about the generative AI, right? So there are three contributing factors behind the generative AI. The one would be more data, better algorithms, compute power. So with the more data, there is a huge amount of data that is being available today, which you could leverage for bringing massive amounts of parameters, massive amounts of models that you can generate. Once you have the more data, so it's easy for everyone to build better algorithms, which can give us a better deep learning algorithms have been developed that discovers the patterns which exact exist these large amounts of data. And again, this large amounts of data makes a lot of compute power. This is because you require this lot of compute power in order to build this uh, large amount of models. So always it requires a large amount of compute power in order to generate the better algorithms. So without this possible processes, we can't about get the sheer amount of data required for generative AI. So fundamentally, the background which talks about these key factors to generative AI has been completely dependent upon data, algorithms plus compute power. So we've covered so far what is generative AI, but now let's talk about why it's so important. I'm sure generative AI is creating more opportunities for business. Believe me, in the next couple of years, this is one of the massive important aspect from each and every company perspective. Recently, in an IT survey, 67% of IT leaders noted they're prioritizing generative AI in the next 6 months because the businesses are excited about the huge potential for generative AI. This makes it even more important that as a trailblazers, this makes it even more important that we understand the underlying technology and how it might transform the business operate so we can bring the power of AI to our companies and our day-to-day life activities. The business is also excited about the potential to drive efficiency and productivity with the help of generative AI. Because when we're interacting with generative AI for the first time, this can be mind-blowing experience because when the first time I registered with ChatGPT, so when I write something about to brought some information on so and so particular topic, so it brings the quality of data with they have a complete turbo models have been generated in the backend, which has a lot of LLLs, large language models have been designed for it. That brings me a lot of immense experience to working on this kind of solutions. At the same time, it also helped me to generate everything from poems writing in the style of pirate to create email copywriting to even generating lines of code. It's so critical to have a responsibility with generative AI. So if you look at the specific product, especially on Salesforce, when you ask me about now with the Einstein One Copilot, every product we have inside Salesforce, we have Einstein One Sales GPT, Service GPT, Commerce GPT, Marketing Cloud GPT, right? So we have plenty of these products have been evolving, and then these are readily available for us to leverage for our business and our day-to-day life to across all the Trailblazer ecosystem. There are fundamental core principles about generative AI responsible for making our lives more easier, but every company has to understand, every Trailblazer has to understand what are all the core principles behind this generative AI. When you're gonna sit with pre-sales meetings or you're gonna sit with any customers meetings, so these are all the principles we should brought together as a part of our project discussions. So when we start with the core principles, the number one principle all the customers will think about, one is trust, security, accuracy, empowerment. So when it comes to trust, so you need to make it clear when content is AI generated and follow your company guidelines around usage in terms of your compliance, vulnerabilities, and all the aspect. When coming to security, you protect your PI data, which is personalized, personally identifiable information, and proprietary company information. So these are all the most important aspects when you talk to your security teams. When it comes to accuracy, you should always review and revise generated content to ensure accuracy, because you can't able to expose your PI data outside of the platform, which is completely unethical and which nobody can accept from a security standpoint and the accuracy standpoint. And from an empowerment perspective, so this AI, this generative AI, can assist and to supercharge your entire capabilities across all the systems. Even there are different departments across your enterprise organization, which is onboarding team, HR management, even finance, collections, and all these departments really required to make it more, get more empowerment with this. It's not always the coin has a two sides of business, one with the positive, the other one with the common concerns about generative AI. When you're building some great platform, it always comes with a different kind of aspects. The aspects are hallucination, data security, plagiarism, user spoofing, sustainability. So with new technology, not only generative AI, but if you introduce any new system to your enterprise apps, if you ask me, Heroku, if you introduce Heroku is one of the hybrid platform to be work for different apps, hosting, and to run for seamless uh, database transactions or everything that can be connected to your Salesforce. So the biggest question I ask everyone is that why you brought this solution? What are the fundamental needs that has been solving for? What is the security concern? What are the data security complications, sustainability complications? So everything will become through the picture. So with this AI technology as well, so there is a new risk. It will come with a new risk. So how can you approach generative AI, understanding its limitations and common concerns? So some of the concerns with generative AI would be hallucinations. Of course, the generative AI is a form of prediction, and sometimes predictions are going wrong, and we can't able to say that okay, it's quite accurate and all this stuff. Sometimes the generative AI incorrect responses are also known as hallucinations. With any AI responses, AI generated text, it's super important to review the content and ensure that it's accurate and corrected. So that's most important. From a data security standpoint, you should always protect your PI data and PII information, the personalized identifiable information and the proprietary company information when using these AI services, because trust is a critical factor for every company. The plagiarism, which is a key word which talks about your model image generations, like let's take an example your LLMs and AI models for image generation, which are typically generated in publicly available data, because there's a possibility that these models will learn a style and replicate that style for every other customers, right? So user spoofing, of course, it's easier than ever to create a believable online profile which completes your AI generated pictures, because a lot of spoofers, the fake profiles, they use it and then they could be able to interact with the real-time data, and in a very realistic way that makes it hard for business to identify bot networks that promote their own bot content, like that they'll push their bot content to get your information outside of your networking world. So the last one would be sustainability. Always the computing power requires any questions.
No questions.
All right. Sustainability. So when you're working with the computing power, like so it's all to train your models immense, because there are plenty of models have been generating in the backend, where the key concerns would be how much is the processing that your complete models requires to generate the actual power to run, because as the model is getting bigger, so it consumes a lot of carbon footprints. Fortunately, once a model is trained, it takes relatively little power to process the request, which is like renewable energy to expand almost like a fast as AI adoption, right? So these are all some of the things where you should really talk about why it's so important for generative AI in our new lifestyle. So now I would love to talk about what are the 3 steps to unlock the future of AI. So the step one would be you could stay up to date on Salesforce AI news and announcements. If you look at that Dreamforce, you could see a lot of Feinstein one features have been came across, especially on different clouds like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Commerce, and other clouds as well. The second thing which you need to learn would be learn the fundamentals. Start with the fundamentals of AI. And the step three, you should start with your data-centric AI, which we are here to learn a couple of things on this Trailhead Academy and all the details. The most important thing, and believe me, in the next couple of generations, this this will breaks the complete industry. I want everyone to learn about the prompt engineering. This is something which is massive. Uh, in Salesforce, everything has been designed with the prompting. They designed the prompt studio, which is calling as a prompt builder in Salesforce, which is generally available. This prompt builder can design a lot of templates, and you could deploy those templates using LLMs, and then it could be able to ready for your customers based on customer requirements. So this entire prompt engineering, which is based on your generative AI features, and the first thing you can do is to understand the prompt engineering, because the prompts are how you interact with generative AI. That is most important. If anyone wants to start with something, learn some prompt engineering courses outside of the Salesforce, and that's where you will get a lot of benefit, because of course you are a really good developer admin, but on top of which, if you learn prompt engineering, so you'll be one step ahead for a lot of other people. It may take your job as well, but if you learn this, then it will give you an added advantage of what you're doing in your job to make life more easier. If you look at a couple of tools like Google Buds or Microsoft, Azure or their open AIs, because every company now build their open AIs, which includes ChatGPT solutions, and these are all some of the things where they requires prompting, because it's a prompts which you could write your simple, friendly email text when contact gets converted. You can write SQL statements. You could give some slogans, whatnot. You could just design your company. You can just design your own. The good thing in prompt engineering or the prompt builder would be it automatically takes your text and then adds some of the match parameters inside the Salesforce, and then it can give some right solutions out of which. Yeah, so these templates will be ready made, and then you could be able to put that templates into your utilities, in your admin utilities, and you could put them into your screen app builder feeds as well. I would love to give some three tips for expert prompt engineering. Number one would be, because I know you are already familiar with these kind of tools and exploring more ways to use generative AI, but here are some of the tips that prompts will help you to return the best response from these tools. So number one would be provide context. Always grounded generative AI prompts in your own knowledge and provide important context. Consider the difference in response between asking ChatGPT to write an email versus write an onboarding email for your new Salesforce user at a financial service company. So if you see the difference between these, writing an email where you haven't defined the subscription, you can define the declarative text. But if you define something which is makes your lives easier, then write an onboarding email for a new Salesforce user in a financial service company. It'll give you the complete details. And the two would be security minded. Do not put any confidential company information or data into public generative AI tools, because it always comes with your own source codes and everything, right? The customer information, source code, deal information. Always follow company security protocols when working with generative AI. So that's most important. The third one is to review and revise generative AI output to ensure accuracy, quality, and everything. Never deploy any solution generated by AI directly into production without testing and validation. If you're working with text, always ensure you review and revise to avoid copywriting information. You do not want to unintentionally, plagiarize through a public generative AI tool. So make sure you need to be very careful for copyright issues and other thing as well. That's most important. That's most clearly gives a lot of idea about these 3 tips, and now start learning prompt engineering courses, and it'll give you most of your lives to be easier for the next couple of generations. So that's all for today. And so you would love to, you would love to start with something to learn today. And there is a quest, be a sales trailblazer with this AI skills quest, which you can go through and complete the quest to learn some basics of artificial intelligence. And you can unlock the one of the community badge as well. And yeah, so that's all. Thank you for joining. Have a great rest of the day as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Phaneendra, for joining us and for sharing your insights. It was really helpful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So now I will open the floor for questions. If anyone has any questions from the participants, you can ask in the Q&A section or the chat box. You can write. So yeah,
I'm sure it's a small session because generative AI is something which you need to learn using LLMs but believe me, learn prompt engineering, which makes your life so interesting. And I'm sure that it may take your job, but I think if you learn this now, it'll give you a lot of flexibility for every developer, consultant, admin, architect. So we are all learning on this, and I would request and recommend to learn prompt engineering from day one now. Thank you.
right, Phaneendra, right.
Let him try. I think no one has any questions. And once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think this has took a lot of times to postpone, but I think finally we updated.
Yeah,
And pretty sure I'll definitely come with some good topic in the next time with GPT solutions. And I'd love to showcase. Uh, you can check in Trihead, Mohammed. There are some courses available in Trihead. I would request you to go and then go through those.
okay.
Let me
I hope
send
it
it.
answered your question, maybe. So he's asking for resources for prompt engineering.
Yeah. So let me send you the couple of details, the prompt. So there's a Coursera which I see. Uh, I've learned a couple of things from there. The next question is okay. How does the Google partnership help the AI in Salesforce? It's a good question. I think this has been, day before yesterday, they've started announcing the Google partnership with AI in Salesforce. So this partnership will deliver the new bidirectional integration that allow customers to bring together the context from Salesforce and Google Workspace, including Google Calendar, Docs, Google Meet, Gmail, and so it could generate some powerful generative AI experiences across the platforms. So this makes more significant amount of strategic partnership to bring down how the Google's AI tools as a best out of NLM and NLP language models where they could leverage inside your Salesforce as well. So that brings a lot of potential partnership to increase the productivity from a generative AI perspective because we have our own customer 360 solutions. This partnership can deepen the existing Salesforce Data Cloud and Google Cloud partnerships to power the connected AI Trailblazer, the AI experiences across the Salesforce Customer 360 and Google Workspace. Uh, we know the continued joint AI innovations that Salesforce is working with across the enterprise companies that brings the Google hosted LLM models from Vertex AI, including their own PLM2 to Einstein Copilot Studio via the Einstein Trust Layer to build generative AI experiences in the customer 360. So if you know, the Google's has their own hosted LLM models. If you look at our, one of the data cloud solution, we're using with Amazon, the SageMaker. So we're sending our data models to AWS SageMaker to generate the complete data models and to generate the LLMs of SageMaker. And then we are deploying the data model back to Data Cloud to use it our their own AWS data models inside our data cloud. The same thing, we're expanding the partnership with Google for their large language models, which is Vertex AI, including the PLM2 models. So that brings a lot of customer 360 strategy partnership. Any other questions, team?
So yeah, if no one has any more questions, that brings us to the end of our virtual session today. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you, Phaneendra, and all the participants who joined us. and your engagement and enthusiasm makes our Trailblazer community great. So, if you have any more questions and would like to join our community group, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter or Trailhead. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Imsha, for giving this opportunity, and would say thanks, Tariq, for joining. Would love to see you at Pakistan Dreamin'. So it's the biggest event. Hope a lot of people know as we have our Dreamer event is coming in the next month, so it's the biggest one. So please
Yeah,
feel free to join and register. And any help or reach out to Tariq and the Abdi group. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye bye.